everyone, and welcome to Rose City, the after show, the podcast where we dive into the world of the popular novel Rose City by author Corenna Khieu. In each episode, we will be discussing a different aspect of the book, from the complex characters to the intricate plot twists and everything in between. Make sure to check out Rose City on Kindle Vella to stay up to date as we explore unique perspectives and insights on this story. So the title of the story is called The Prophecy. And we're just going to kind of get people's initial thoughts on this. Who wants to get started? What were your thoughts on this chapter?
I'll start.
Go ahead, Lucia.
I think this one. I like this. I like this chapter. It tied together some ends of the story. As far as like with Chan, it introduced who Russell was. I'm not a fan, but. But I all over, I think this chapter helped tie a lot of things. We've been focused on Malia, and this is like telling us Chan's side of the story, and even a little bit of backstory. So
Definitely.
Initial thoughts. I think it's a good chapter.
I love this chapter too, because like you were saying, it really ties us into like finally getting to like, where's all these things coming from, and these weird dreams and these feelings. It explains a lot. So for those of you who have been faithfully watching, you're like, whatever happened to chapter 1? So we recorded chapter 1 and it didn't work out. Okay. We had no audio. And so it was always the goal to go back over and do that and throw it in there. And you know what? Life happens. We got busy. So what we decided to do was to try to kind of maybe incorporate a little bit of 1 and 12 together. Because I really think that 1 and 12 kind of mirror each other in terms of Malia's having these dreams. She's having these feelings, and she's waking up and she's thinking about like this dream guy and all this stuff. And so 12 is digging into, now we're looking at it from Chan's perspective. What did you want to say about your feelings on Chapter 12, Sexy Monica, or Kyrie? And sorry, guys, with the name thing. Her name is Kyrie, nickname is Monica, and so I go back and forth calling her everything. So,
and I'm called everything.
Yeah, Leela.
Leela, Alicia, all of that.
Chantilly Beans.
Chantilly Beans. Sorry.
Well, actually, my birth name, the name I was given at birth, is Monica Kyrie Nikita, and so when I was adopted, I went by Monica a lot. Everybody called me Monica. And my new middle name was Alicia. So nobody knew that my birth name was Monica Khieu. I didn't find out until I found an old piece of paper. I can edit this out too if you want.
No, girl, put it in there.
We need all this.
We need all the backstory.
I think I was like between the age of 9 and 12. I can't remember exactly how old I was. I was going through some stuff that I had came with me when I was sent to my adoptive home, and I found a piece of paper that was sent when I was born, and it had my birth name on it. And I had never known that I was born with a whole different name. So that was pretty cool. So yeah, so I fell in love with the name Kyrie Nikita. I just really was like, that's who I am. I don't know who the girl is, I'm Kyrie Nikita.
And so I remember when I was, what was it, 2019 when you got married, and your mom, her birth mom, was there at the wedding. And we were at actually Kyrie's house, and she was like, your grandmother convinced her up until the point of like driving her to the hospital of this name change. Like, she was set. This is Kyrie Nikita. And grandma was just like, no. And so she's in pain. And so she agrees to be like, fine, we'll do Monica. And I remember like, even as a teenager, like she'd like, that's my name. But like, she didn't really go by that. She was like, I like Kyrie, like that's my name. And so, yeah, for you to have found that piece of paper, like you were always connected to your name. So that's who she is. That's what she's going by. That's her name. So if you ever hear the names get mixed up, listen, you gonna just bear with us.
Many of you know me by Monica. Some of you know me by Kyrie in the artist world, so either or, I may answer you if you call me that. I may not, depending on who.
She was like, I may have a mask on her mind.
You imagine, you're like, hey, Kyrie. She just keep walking.
Hey, she would do some stuff like that as well.
I
She
do.
does wear-
Especially if I know that nobody in this store would know me by that name. I'm not going to do it. You know, I had a guy hay me down for like 10 minutes. And then he's like, ma'am, why didn't you stop? I was like, oh, my name isn't Hay. You know, and he's like, okay. And that's why I don't like Russell. That's exactly why I don't like Russell, because there's a certain way that you talk to and about women, you know,
Right.
and he just really grinded my gears. But I'm sure that we all know men that talk degrading like that to women. So, you know, it wasn't my first experience hearing or reading about a man speaking that way, you know, about a woman. But if I hear men talking like that, I'm like, oh, okay, I won't be around him because he's going to
a whole savage.
Yeah, he's going to make me angry, and then I'm going to have to say something, so I'm not going to go around that person anymore. But yeah, and I love the scene with the old lady revealing his prophecy. Like, I just love that, you know, I love dealing with very spiritual people that are tapped into the other side, you know, so I was really captivated by that scene, and I hope we see more of her.
Definitely. And so talking about Russell, a lot of people are like, I hate Russell, right? But I know so many Russells in my life. Maybe that's just because I've grown up with my brother and all of their friends. And like Alicia was like, it was so weird to see an Asian guy like talk like that. And I'm like, girl, you go out to the Bay Area for the East Side, you know, whether they Samoan or some form of Asian, it's just like, these people are really hood. Like the hood has rubbed off on these people. So I've met so many guys who act like Russell. And there was actually like somebody in mind when I was creating that character that I was like, yeah, that's some stuff that he would have said. And so he kind of reminded me of Russell, and I just kind of threw his personality in that loop. But yeah, Russell's a whole lot to deal with. But again, if you look at people like these guys, you know, I feel like they're very powerful. They have money, they have status. They know they look good, you know, they're used to being able to snap their fingers, you know, and everybody gets into line. You know what I mean? And like, you know, he got women, you know, he got girls, you know, he got money. He seems like the type of dude all day, right? He seems like the type of dude who plays dice, card games, like he gambles. Like he seems like somebody who's like, I drink Cavassier and Hennessy, have me, you know what I'm saying, run me my stuff, you know? Like he gives me that vibe. Like when I see Russell, I see this guy who puts on a nice suit, body's right, and I see tattoos, baby. I see that whole body yachty just covered in them tattoos, you know. Alicia, whatever. Okay,
Corenna has a type. She definitely has a type. I was telling her this. I was on the phone with her, and I'm like, sometimes I will see somebody, just a meme or something like that. I'm like, man, Corenna would sweat him. It's just kind of funny.
I don't know how you connect with the body attraction. Like I can't get attracted to somebody unless they talk first. Like I have to hear, and that's what draws me in, because just me hearing Russell say these things, I'm automatically unattracted to him. I'm like
automatically turned off. I'm that way too. Like you could be fine as I don't know what. The initial attraction, of course, would be your face. You know, I'm like, ooh, okay, he's cute.
Yeah.
And then he come up to, you know what I'm saying, Ma, because and I'm like,
yeah.
I've had dudes, I'm not gonna lie. I've had dudes lose me. I have seen people and they was just so fine, you know. And I don't know, me and Alicia, we were like so fine. It's that emphasis on so fine, you know. And then they open up their mouth and it's like, what is that? You know what I'm saying? And it's like, you know,
pick up your blessing.
Yeah, I have your blessing. I got a package for you, sis.
Girl. Didn't I say that yesterday?
You did.
Like, don't block your blessing.
That is the D is not the blessing. I'm sorry.
Who told you this, sir?
Yeah, somebody told him that the D was the blessing, but it's not the blessing. Nah, it's not. So yeah. Russell is he's a hot, you know, piece of work. I'm telling you, I bet if he walked into the room, I bet you he could own and take that room over. But yeah, I think if he came to our table and started talking, we'd be like, my God, who is this man? Like, okay, it's time for you to go, but thank you for that round of drinks, sir.
Right.
That was really nice.
Like, you know, this vodka and cranberry is hitting. I appreciate it.
You know, it's hitting real nice, you know. So my brother, you know, he's in the military, not the one that's been on the podcast, but I have an older brother, and he's in the military, and he went to Bangkok for something, whatever the military sent him over there for. And he said that he was in this bar and they were just chilling, having drinks. And he said this group of dudes came in, and he said the whole room just changed. He said you could tell like they was somebody, but he wasn't really sure what they were. He said all the locals packed up their bags, got their stuff, and left. All the tourists was like, well, is something happening? So the dudes, you know what I'm saying, like they looked at my brother and they, you know what I'm saying, gave him a little nod and sat down, and he's like, and so the guys, he's what he looked like, you know, army white dudes, and they're like, do you know those people? And he's like, no, I don't know who these guys are. So one of the guys was sitting down, he was like, hey, tell him to come over here. My brother was like, what? You know, they was like, we want you, come sit over here at this table. So my brother was like, oh, okay. And so he sat down and he was like, so you're an American, huh? He was like, yeah. He was like, are you a gangster? And my brother was like, yeah, I'm a gangster. I don't know what made him think to say that, Corey.
That's Corey.
Corey.
Sorry. I mean to say his name.
Corey. No, it's okay. I was going to say it anyway. That's Corey.
So
the guy was like, he was like, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? He's like, so I'm a gangster too. And so this dude was like, triad. And he's just giving my brother the game and whatnot. And so my brother was like, he spent the whole rest of the night with these Thai gangsters. And he was like, yo, they just took me around the city. That something like that would definitely happen, Corey, you know, and they just took him around, and he was like, they were the coolest dudes ever. They was like, no, we're not going to mess with them other dudes, whatever, who you brought in, you know, we don't trust them. He was like, but you know, you look like us, you brown skin, you know what I'm saying? So let's rock with it. And he was like, these Thai gangsters were some cool dudes. So yeah, he went to Thailand, and he was like, homeboy gave him his phone number. Like, if you ever come to my country again, I got you. You know what I'm saying? So my brother's like, when I go back, I'm kicking with these Thai gangsters. I'm like, I don't know if I'll be going with you, sir, you know, but it's nice to know that you got somebody.
That's cool.
You're just like, I'm not going. I'd be like, well, no, just
you sure would. You're like, well, they just no, it's not even like that. We're just going to have a good time. Corenna.
I mean, hey, as long as we eating and we
drinking.
drinking.
I'm not going to be held for ransom. Sorry. I told you, I hate to be that guy, but it's like, yeah, honey, we went with the intention of, you know, having a good time, and then somehow we got held for ransom.
You know, and that's why I love Alicia, because I go somewhere, I'd be like, as long as we understand that I came here for alcohol and food and maybe dessert, like a cheesecake, you know, nothing else is on the menu, no body parts, no fluids are being exchanged, you know, like as long as we understand that, you know. And I'll be ready to go. And at least it'd be like, you know, that's not going to work, right?
Like, Rita, now, you know that's not going to work. We in
she always has to bring back to reality. She's like, I know you think you have, she's like, I know you think you have a verbal contract in place. It doesn't really work like that. So that's what I love about her, that she brings me back to earth. Because I'd be like, I know what I said. I created some boundaries. I don't know if they's going to work, but we're going to go with it. But yeah, the old lady in the store, she was on her stuff. And so I thought it was kind of strange a little bit that like Chan's dad came down to like deal with that situation. But these people must be someone that means something to him, you know, someone who's special, because his father's like top-notch big dog, you know what I mean? And for him to be coming down to the store, talking to the store owners about some issues. And so anybody who knows anything about how organized crime works, they will bully, you know, little store and shop owners for protection. You know, they'll say, you pay me, and then I will make sure that your store stays protected. If you don't pay me, then I'm going to make sure that, you know, you get some broken windows and some stolen inventory, right? Possibly even your life, you know? And so Mr. Kong is there, and he's talking, you know, to the disgruntled store owner. And, you know, he just wants to make sure that he lets him know, like, I understand, you know, we can go take care of all that, whatever. And then Chan's over there like, oh, hey, I'm going to go buy me some fruit, whatever. And the little lady just starts talking. And baby, that revelation that pours out of her mouth to him is wild. And I'm thinking, like, he's a type of man who's never had anybody question him, has never had anybody put him in his place. So he was just like, he stopped dead in his tracks. This woman started talking to him, telling him about these dreams that he's been having and how real they are, and about the young woman in the dream. She's real too. Like, you know how you have a dream? Like, that was a really nice dream. Like, I was outside walking, you know, the sun was shining. I was walking an imaginary dog named Nero, you know. I told you I have these names. So I'm thinking it's like a black Labrador. But anyways, walking this dog, you know, and you just feel like it was a dream, right? But what if it wasn't a dream? What if you went to sleep and was able to transfer over to like an alternate reality, right? Now, of course, this is some sci-fi fiction stuff, but we're just thinking about this. And so this lady starts explaining to him that you've been thinking you've been having a dream. You've been thinking that, okay, I go home at night and I dream about this woman. I really can't see her face. I see hair, I see skin, I hear her voice, but that's about it. I'm thinking this is a dream. And you come to find out, no, my guy, you literally go to sleep and you enter into another world. That'd be crazy. I'd be like, so in that other world, I don't get no STD then, and no pregnancy, praise God. But I'm just saying, because he's been sleeping with her.
That explains so much, because I read that and then I was thinking, well, why would that terrify Chan? Why would it terrify? Like, if I get some news that the person I'm crushing on is feeling me and we have this connection and somebody prophesied that over me, I'd be excited. I'd be like, I knew it. I knew this is the one. Let me call him right now. But he was terrified, but now it makes sense. It's because it's not just what she's prophesying. She's saying, hey, no, that stuff that you're happening, it's all what's it called? Projection. It's almost like you were in another reality.
Yeah, you projected yourself.
And that would terrify me. I'd be like, wait, so I did smash him? Oh my God. Like that. So it makes sense now why that. And I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
That we do with the dialogue.
Yeah, but okay, because I read that and I'm like, why wasn't he excited? He should have went home and called Malia. Like, hey, girl, it's been confirmed. You minds that silver platter. Bring it over here. Like, he should have just got it all. But okay, that makes sense.
Well, it was the leading up to meeting her. Like, and the older lady told him, once you meet her, your dreams will stop, and that will be confirmation that she's the one. And so, yeah, I was thinking like the same thing too. Like, I'd be a little excited, but a little scared, because we find out some backstory about him and his past relationship. He was with a woman that he loved very, very much. And but he's such a, he's a hustler, baby. You know what I'm saying? He just wants you to know it ain't where he's been, but it's where he's about to go, So he's this, yeah, girl, yeah, that was our song back in the day.
That's the cut.
You're right. You know what I'm saying? Put that Beanie single on it. Okay. Yeah, Freeway 2. Okay, I'm about to go there. Rock Nation.
Girl, so don't get us started.
Don't get us started. It's about to be a whole turn.
It's going to be a turn up.
You know what I'm saying? Joel Santana. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Cameron. Yeah, okay, stop it.
Without him, but Joel's.
I like the way he raps. Hey ma. So we so crazy. But like that whole situation and everything that's just transpiring with him. He's in this relationship with a woman, and yeah, he loves her, he cares about her, and he treats her really well. But Chan was a workaholic. He knows like the keys of the kingdom are going to be given to him. Him and his brother are night and day. Russell seems to do everything that Mr. Kong would despise. Everything that Mr. Kong would hate, Russell has turned into it. Russell has become the personification of like whatever it is that you're going to hate. I'm going to make sure I'm that guy. I'm going to make sure that and sometimes you just have like children who have this thing with their parents that if you tell me to go left, I'm going right. I'm always going to be opposite. Where Chan has been like, I'm going to do what my father told me to do, and I'm going to do it the way that I've been instructed. So he knows that the keys of the kingdom are going to be handed to him. Now, Russell is a good business associate. He's a good business partner. He knows that him and Russell will work hand in hand, but ultimately Chan will be making like the final decisions on how the family moves in and out of different things. So he was working hard. You know what I mean? He wanted to show his father, like, yes, you can trust me. I do have, good business sense. Yes, I do have good street smart. So he has a lot to prove. Mr. Kong is a very demanding man, and he is going to make his own cameo very soon. And he's going to have some very strong opinions about a whole lot of things that Chan is involved in. So that definitely is definitely coming. But he really ignored this woman, and a lot of times when a man is a good provider, and a woman has the house or she has the cars and she has the labels and she can go get her nails and her hair done, a lot of times that's enough. Men think, I mean, look, she's got every designer purse she could dream of. She keep her hair laid, like, what I'm saying? She goes for her little massages and kicks it with her friends. And then it goes on to talk about his financial contribution in her life is not just her own life. Like, he's sending her family members and cousins and siblings to school. He's taking care of her parents. Now, her parents, their home is paid for and have nice cars. So, like, her dating him has brought the entire family up to a whole new level. But she was ignored. She was extremely lonely in this beautiful relationship on the outside. Like, people would be like, oh, yeah, like, she's such a lucky girl. He's doing all this for her mom and her dad and her siblings and family. And she's whipped, like, her cars, blah, blah, blah. But then to know that, you just sit at the house and you're bored all day. You're not working. The person that you're with, it's like, you come home, you're tired, we eat. Probably something's going down, definitely. But past that, where, right. Me. But past that is like, yeah. Where's more the intimacy? I don't want to just connect with you sexually. Like, that's definitely gonna happen. It's gonna happen. It's definitely given. Like, we definitely don't. I have a little bit of a problem. Okay. Thank God my mom doesn't watch. So, but past that.
Yes, she do.
She did, actually. You're right. Yes, she did. Yeah, you're right. She did. Yeah, I'm just thinking, like,
how about us swinging our hair?
She did. So I'm thinking, like, how many episodes you been into, Mother Scott? So, yeah, because she's gonna be shocked by some of the stuff I have to say. Past that, like, the sexual part, like, where's the true intimacy? Because I think that people think that sex and intimacy are the same, and they're not. There is an intimacy that you can have where we don't physically connect, and she was really missing that avenue of that relationship. And so, you try to talk to your partner and tell them, and they ignore you, and they're like, well, I send you flowers and, you have nice jewelry. And it's like, it's nice that you're able to do those things, but I'm really after, like, how was your day? And, getting to, like, let me in. And he was just really focused where, he wasn't paying attention to her the way he should have been. And so she found herself in the arms of another man. And that caused some confusion. And we're going to see that story play out later on and what happened there. But it broke him down because he felt like he had finally really given himself to somebody. And for Chan, he was like, in his earlier days, he was a whole thought. He was out there in them streets, baby. It talked about how for him and his brother, like, it was a game to them. Like, how many dudes, like, not dudes, God help, no. How many females can I smash him with? I was like, dude.
Well, are we reading the same book, Corenna?
Basically.
We don't discriminate against, our gay brothers.
No, we don't, but we got to make sure that we don't speak wrong. Like, wait a minute. But
that's not how Chan roll.
Not at all, And he was just kind of like, how many women can I, get in one day or 1 week or whatever. So it became this competition of just like smashing beautiful women and just moving on with your life. And he really got tired of that. He was like, it's cool, like, but I'm looking for something different. I'm looking to connect. And he settled down, but just being a workaholic really killed the relationship. So could you imagine being that person? You were like, I'm finally ready to give my all to somebody, and you think that you're doing it, and then the person cheats. You're like, oh, okay, you're gonna deal with that. You know what I'm saying?
This what we doing? Okay,
that's what
we just had a conversation, but you wanted to go left. All right.
Oh, you want to go left, right?
I got something for you.
Got something that's gonna be hot and ready.
Hot. Corenna, we got a roll.
We got a problem. We got a little bit of a problem. So a big one. And you see him going through, Khieu, you might as well just go ahead and unmute yourself and just jump on in there, add them ad libs.
In there, yeah, girl.
You know how we do.
I can mute myself.
No, but it's good because we're just having that, ongoing dialogue and stuff. And so, but yeah, you see this guy and he just loses it. And so something happens and he's just like, for the last couple of years, there hasn't been a woman in his life. He has been really deeply hurt. And I don't know. I think that when you grow up a little bit entitled, you're not used to not having your way. You're not used to like getting hurt. And I think he's like, yeah, he's so fine. He got all this to offer. Like, who don't want me? Who don't want Chan Kong, right? And then for your woman to cheat, that probably really bruised his ego bad, like bad, real
Oh
bad.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
definitely.
So it makes sense. Like, I'm not saying it's right, but it does make sense why he feels this need to like know everything about Malia, because he's like, I'm not getting back into another situation where I give my all and I invest time, energy, love, and resources and finances into a woman and her whole freaking family for you to turn on me. Like, you're not doing that. So, he utilized every little bit that he had. And he was like, her house is getting bugged. Her cars are getting bugged. Your mama and your daddy's house is getting bugged. Your business is getting bugged. I'm going to have people follow you, sis. Like, you not doing me that dirty. You know what I'm saying? But at least she was
And I
like, nope.
get that. But the funny thing is, if they get together and she does want to cheat, all that ain't going to prevent that. You know what I'm
No, it's
saying?
not.
Like, it's not. It's like, I get why he's doing all this, right? But then I'm thinking about Malia. Is that fair to her?
Oh, it's
Um,
definitely not fair.
her dad has already been beaten within an inch of his life. He owes
You deserve it.
and I mean rightfully so. And he earns in my book he should get a few more. But yeah. I to have her whole life, she don't know it now, but I mean when I find out, it's not gonna, I'm saying
It's
if
not
I
going to sit well
just
with you
saying
for
if it was
sure.
me and
Right.
finally get with this guy and he's everything and blah blah blah, it's like then I find out, I get bugged or anything like that. It's like, bro, whoa, hold on.
It's a
I mean,
violation of your privacy.
he has her bathroom bugged. He has her
Honey, he was
playing
looking
her
at that body, wasn't he, though?
business. He's looking at the body, but he's also catching her taking dumps, changing her pad. I mean, the stuff we do in the bathroom, clean our nose. It's like it ain't all sexy
No.
showers. And if she's showering, she's not doing all the slow mo. It's
Girl.
it ain't sexy. You're trying to get clean up in there. You know what I mean? And so I'm like, man, that's all I keep thinking about. I'm like, okay, I get it. I get the whole he needs to know everything, and it's like, oh, he's watching her every move and blah blah blah. But
I think
it's the whole part that bugs me. I don't like the invasion.
I agree. And I think it's really horrifying to think that somebody could be watching us in our bathrooms doing that stuff, because that's the kind of stuff like I hide to do. Like I hide to go past gas. I hide to, dig out a little wedgie and like
No,
something. What if
You
somebody
gonna
has and somebody has a camera there catching all of that, like all the stuff that you do in secret?
Yes.
Oh, man, crazy. So if anybody, like, if my husband was doing that to me, I never want to know. You don't have to reveal this to me because I wouldn't be able to stop thinking about that. So I hope Malia never finds out, just for her mental sanity. Because
yes,
I mean, whoa, like that's deep.
Yeah,
and she can't even like go to work. Like she has no privacy. He got her bathroom bugged, her bedroom, her whole apartment, her job, her parents' house, probably a couple of homies. Like she ain't got nowhere to go.
Nowhere.
Everything is
and even her phone. Yeah, everything in her life has now.
Is she now a pet or a slave?
Maybe a little bit of both.
Oh, okay.
She's like, okay, freak nasty over here.
You go ahead, Corenna, with your bad self.
Just tapping into new sections.